Hello, my name is Chadley and welcome back for another episode of Ep30 as USA. In previous episode, we became the largest economy right now, at least largest individual economy. We're number one in that. We are preparing for a war in Ethiopia for this episode, so I think that's probably going to happen soon. Also trying to pass the protected speech law, which hopefully will go through. It's the percentages aren't that great right now, but that would allow us to get higher tech spread and a few other things, so it should be fine. Just might take a little while. But we do also need to, well, first of all, I put in the government administration buildings in California to the top of the list before the start of the episode, so at least we can get those sorted out. But let's unpause, shall we? We do have quite a bit of buildings. I mean, we've got a construction speed of 1,000 already, which is a bit too much for the public sector, so to speak. I mean, we've got medium taxes already. I'm sure that once we get the bureaucracy sorted out, it should be alright again. Ooh, oil discovered. Down here, how many? 5 oil rigs, okay. Do we actually have a whole lot of demand for oil yet? We've got quite a bit of surplus, actually. We're selling a whole lot of it away. Well, I suppose once we get the vacuum canning in production, which is currently spreading to us, it's currently at 55%, so it's still going to take a little while. Also, it seems like we're going to get feminism probably very shortly, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to queue up another one of the society texts over here, which I suppose either we go for the philosophical pragmatism, or we go for the mutual funds. I think we'll go for the mutual funds so we can then get the investment banks later on. We'll queue that one up and then we'll queue up the electrical generation so we can get electricity going. And another thing that I did notice is that in our market we currently have actually a decent bit of demand for hardwood. And we don't have that much demand for regular wood anymore. We're actually selling quite a bit of that. So what we're going to do is we'll actually go for the all the logging camps. I will put the hardwood production on all of them. So we'll have a little bit shorter wood maybe. It's probably going to be fine though. And then we'll have a bit more hardwood available. So we don't need to sell as much, nor do we need to buy as much. Right, so that should at least fix some of the issues. Or some of the imbalances in our market. Oh, and Britain's got to fight against China for, yeah, Langkang. Right, I'm just going to declare neutrality in there. Not on my business, really. Oh, Sweden no longer views us as a rival. But we haven't been rivaling them, have we? No. Who are we actually rivaling at this point? North German Federation? France? And Austria. Huh. Alright then. And of course Russia rivals us. You know what, since we got Alaska, we could probably rival them back again. We've got a whole lot of influence. We might want to start using some of that to improve relations with various nations here. For example, Guatemala we could improve a little bit. I suppose we could also improve relations with Argentina. Maybe Chile as well. Well, we'll try to get some more nations into our power block, so we'll do a bit of improvements. But we don't want to take too much away because... oh, American-British Fellowship, okay. Well, I guess we got some people that want... oh, right, one of our companies is losing prosperity. Might not be the best company at this point for us. Ooh. Oh, right, no, that's British Niger colonizing stuff. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of stuff in here yet. We could potentially... well, actually, we can't colonize in there. It's a problem because our colonization law is just a frontier colonization, which doesn't allow us to go there. But what we can do is we can conquer places, then turn them into colonies, and then have them colonized, like we have over here in East Africa. Right now, the Tanganyika and Rift Valley are getting colonized. Not so much on the Kenya, unfortunately, but not much I can do about that. What we could do, though, is we could probably start the war against Alsa. If we'll go for the annexed country, there's only 3.3 infamy, so that's basically nothing. They might get some other friends to join them, like Shiva and Gojam and Quara. Maybe even Ottomans, I don't know. But we'll go with the initial just annexed country on Alsa, and then we'll see who joins in. If Gojam joins in... Quara is over there, and Gojam is over there. Oh, okay. Right, so we'll go ahead and mobilize the troops over here. We'll go ahead and set up the fleet already down here. And then we'll do the naval invasion in there. We've got much better troops. Ooh. Bengal from a... oh, right. India is no longer under Britain. It's Bengal. Interesting. That might actually reduce the British Empire's power block quite a bit. And we're number 3 now, so we are at least slowly climbing up the ladders over here with our faction. Now, I do actually wonder, is there anyone that would be actually willing to join into our nation, or at least close to joining in? Yeah, I mean, Argentina is still negative of the leverage. I mean, we'll hopefully get that eventually up, but right now it's not a great situation for us. We're also building a whole lot of rubber plantations right now. We also might need to start queuing up some more buildings, actually. One of the things that we do need is we need more steel. So we get a couple steel mills. Because Colorado's already... Oh, no, they've just got one. Let's see, North Dakota and Colorado could get another one. So that's 2. Guess we'll get one in Nebraska. And West Virginia. And then Iowa's going to get another one. So that'll get to 5 total. So that's another 5. And then another thing that I want to build is more glass works. I guess Missouri... Let's have a look. Is Missouri producing lead? If they are, then that's going to be a perfect location for more. They do have lead mines. Oh, okay. I'm going to put in 5 more in there. That's going to make the lead mines much more profitable. And also we'll be able to produce a lot more glass because we do have quite a bit of demand for it. We also seem to be having a lot of demand for grain at this point. So let's go ahead and start making some, I guess, wheat farms. Kansas is going to get 10. Dakotas are going to get another 15 total. We'll put in another 10 in Oklahoma. Up here we'll get another 25. That's another 20. And we'll get another 5 in California as well. So that's going to be a lot of farming. Because actually, we're not the number 1 producer of grain yet, are we? No, we're number 4. What's the difference between us and the next one? Oh, okay, we needed another 2,000 at least, more or less, to overtake Russia. And then overtaking China is going to be tricky. But if we can take that, because I believe we are number 1 producer of groceries already. Yes, we are. Okay, so if we can get that, we can get the bread basket. Because we've already got the bread basket achievement. And because we already have the homesteading as our law, so it's just a matter of increasing our farming quite a bit. We're having a little bit shortage of ironclads, huh? We do have some shipyards building those, right? I'm going to assume that those shipyards just aren't making a lot of money currently. Well, actually, they are running full steam, so to speak. I'm going to start reducing the clipper production a little bit, and then increase the steamer production a lot. So now we've still got 1 more building clippers in case someone, or we might use a little bit, but I think it's mostly people in our market that are using a lot. Discord within German farmers. Ooh. Trade unions extend an open hand to these mavericks, so we get plus 10% success chance, and the farmers lose a bit more of their pot attraction, and trade unions get more pot attraction. That is what we want to happen. We do also have election season starting in, which the Socialist Party is bound to get about 20% of the votes right now. Which unfortunately is still not enough. But if we can start increasing the pot attraction for that trade unions, then we might eventually be able to turn them into the ruling party. It's probably going to take up until like 1900 before we can manage that. We'll get there eventually. Little stop tour. Oh, Socialist Party. Sure, we'll get the railway building throughput and plus 20% momentum, sure. Oh, and looks like some of the wheat farms are already underway. We've got, well, we're only halfway through, so no one's actually joined in, have they? No. I have a feeling that most people who would like to join in the enemy side feel like they might get annexed along the way, so they might not want to do that. Oh dear, gold depleted in Nevada. Oh dear. Okay, so we've gone... Yeah, we can get another 2 gold mines. There's still 13 gold fields, though, so it's not like it's completely running out. Do we actually have enough agitators now? No, we don't. Can we invite any? We could. Let's see, so that's Republican. I'm looking for someone that is... okay, what are you? Reformer? Ultra exclusion, property, women, compulsory primary school, right to associate. It's not necessarily the worst, but... Oh, what's this? Oh, Luddite. No. Definitely not. There's the land reformer. We've got the... Oh, I mean, we could try to push for the collectivized agriculture then, but maybe not yet. There's a radical, which would be universal suffrage, protected speech. So that might actually help us pass the law slightly better. If we can get another socialist or something like that, that would be handy, but that doesn't look to be the case right now. Other one's just going to get the... oh, that's going to... Actually, we might want to strengthen the labour movement, so maybe we will get, actually, Julian Wilkinson. It's a land reformer. Is there anyone else that would... oh, there's the reformer over here. Could also join the labour movement. You know what, we'll take that one. So we've got 2 reformers and land reformer. There's a lot of reforms hopefully happening. We'll see how that goes though. And now we've got 22% chance of passing the law, and yeah, it's still not looking too great for us. Ooh, our great nation. They're going to turn the tide of nationalism to the favour of the Republican Party. Joachim du Prez held a patriotic speech in one of Washington's parks. What does the radical movement support? We don't have a radical movement yet. I'll just take the extra prestige, I guess. Yeah, so GDP is about 170 million already, and if we have a look at the ledger, we have quite a distance to the British, which have about 150 million. So we are... oh, actually, we're number 2 in prestige now. Excellent. We do need to still get to the first place at some point, but I don't actually know how good of prestige do the British have. They got quite a bit more. Of course, they got a massive fleet, so that probably gives them a ton. And of course, they've got a decent economy and all that, but it's probably the size of their army is much larger than ours. I mean, we've got a decent amount of army now. 150 battalion. I mean, we still could use a lot more than that, mind you. Misplaced moderation. Norman Guthrie has criticized numerous decisions made by the leadership of his own Socialist Party of America, calling Abel Hunt excessively cautious and unwilling to address critical issues. Is that the leader? Yeah, that's the leader of the trade unions right now. You know what? I'll take the bit of a hit on the pop attraction by losing popularity on the leader, while still getting a bit more potentially votes in the election here. I don't know, like, we'll still probably have less than... oh, right, what was the... oh, okay, now you can see what was in there. Okay, so there was the embassy that they cancelled. That's unfortunate. Right, so no one else has joined the war against Alsa. But what we can then do, hopefully... well, there we go. Self-prepared torpedoes unlocked. So we can get to torpedo boats if need be. Which actually, I wonder, are those better than the current units? Monitors, oh yeah, they're definitely better. Okay then, I guess we'll upgrade all light ships over here at least. The other fleets we're not going to upgrade yet, mostly because it's going to be in, well, not actually in combat, but it's in the region for combat. So let's go and invade. Also in Eritrea, which we've got the New York Naval Yard, I guess. Oh, you need to go to there, okay. Ooh, all discovered in Ohio. How much do we have there? 17, okay, that's not too bad. We'll get a few in there. Start expanding that slightly, because while we don't have a whole lot of use for oil yet, we will definitely have some. And then we need to wait for the invasion to actually begin. Ooh. And we have protected speech. Excellent. So text threat should be bigger. Separation resistance is going to be less. And leverage resistance is going to be a little bit less. There we go. So that's now... wait, we got the guaranteed liberties... oh, right, yeah, now we could try to pass this one. Now, is there any other laws that we might want to try to get... oh, guaranteed... or graduated taxation would be kind of handy. But that would admittedly cause a lot of turmoil right now. Ooh, compulsory primary school. There is... industrialists would not like that. But at the same time, trade unions would love that, and the education investment could be increased further. So that would definitely be a good one to go for. We could try to go for the universal suffrage soon. Industrial landowners would definitely hate that. There is a lot of support as well. Partially because of the liberal movement is definitely supporting that. Like 38% is not bad. Now I'm going to take the potential hit from the legitimacy and everything. Oh, actually it's only... okay, no, it's 33%. Because some of the groups are very angry, like some of the landowners and the industrialists. We'll take that risk. Nonetheless. Oh wait, right, we're losing a lot of bureaucracy right now. Ooh, best defense. Our neighbors in Great Britain have become known for their ruthless foreign policy, a concern the Democratic Party has Raised in the election campaign, promising to be harsher in turn to deter aggression. How about our relation with the... Well, yeah, armed forces aren't really... They're not an influential right now, so we don't need to worry about their approval of us. But one thing that we do need to improve is get a lot more government administration. I think I'm going to go ahead and get a bit more in Washington and Oregon, and we'll go ahead and prioritize those. There we go, so that's going to be 10 administration buildings, or government administration buildings, and those are going to be done pretty much all at the same time. More or less, so we'll have a lot of bureaucracy. Oh, Bengal declared rivalry. Alright then. You do you. Invasion still hasn't actually begun. There's been a bit of delays along the way. Wait, so Harar is not a colonizable area. No, they're unrecognized power. But that does mean that we can then start expanding in here a little bit. Like maybe go to Harar, for example, and then the Ethiopia colony can start colonizing in here into the rest of that. Which could be handy. Oh, and there we go. Feminism unlocked already. Max Social Security institution, and that also unlocks the women in the workplace and women's suffrage laws, which could be useful. Now, right now, I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of support for them. I mean, even trade unions do support them, but yeah, otherwise, it might be a little bit limited. We'll start working towards that, and our invasion is underway. We haven't had any of the combats yet, but we will. There we go, there's the first battle, and we've of course got so much better troops, and much more troops as well, so I think this is going to be quite easy. Yeah, there we go. We took a less than 150 casualties if we don't count the demoralized. So that's not too shabby, and we already took half the state. So we just need one more combat, and then we'll have this Eritrea side of things, and then of course they got a little bit on the other side there, or in the other state, so we'll need to take that one as well. But that, now that we don't need to do the invasion anymore, it's just going to be a lot easier. The invasion was successful. We've got a lot of the steel mills already being built, and some of the glassworks. We'll start getting a lot of the grain as well, hopefully. We've got unacceptable government. Is that because... Well, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, it's a little bit unacceptable. How's the election looking like? We've got 11 days, and the socialists are going to get about 22% of the vote. But if we can get the universal suffrage, I think the... Oh, there we go. We're going to have a lot more. Now, can we actually turn into Ethiopia into colony? No. We're not the largest in that Eritrea yet. So what we could do is we could then, first of all, where's the... So first of all, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's reset the production methods over here to be our usual stuff. And then the armies. We're going to stay in Ethiopia. We've got 37 infamy, so that's not too bad. We can probably do another war. So if we were to do a war against Harar, who would join in? Next country, that's 7 infamy. Gojar might. Quara might. Neither one of them has a whole lot of troops, but we might need to bring in a second army just in case. Yeah, I think we'll actually get this war already started. Mobilize, and we'll wait for a day. Then we'll move you to the front line there. There we go, and the election results are in. Yeah, the government isn't very... No, we'll just keep it as is, so it's unacceptable government, but it's just... Hopefully we can pass the universal suffrage with this government. And then go from there. Now we're having some pops living below minimum expectancy standard of living. Oh, right, boom. Oh, in Haleska. Okay, yeah, we could get a bit of boom there, yeah. I do actually wonder, how's the West America situation looking? We've got, what, 10 million people already living in the western parts of America. Or Great Plains and West, or the Pacific America, so that's... Or the Pacific Coast and Great Plains, rather. But anyway, so we've got a lot of people living in there. We do still need a lot more bureaucracy. That's another 20. So no, those are going to be built as soon as possible. Hopefully that will get us to, like, maybe minus 500. So at least the deficit that we currently are suffering is not going to be quite as bad. Oh, what's this? Oh, Brazil and Bolivia are fighting. I could interfere in there again, but I don't know if I want to. Right now, I mean, I wonder, actually. So if I was to ask for a conqueror state, how much would they cost for us? For example, take Amazonas. 7.4. They would accept that. It would probably be a bit of a costly war, but at the same time would then get a lot more land in here. I would then actually control, with the New Granada being part of our faction, would actually control all of this. Basically, all of these would be closed inside here. Oh, and of course, Venezuela is already in the power block as well. I believe Ecuador is, yeah, they're part of that as well. Yeah, they would have offered support for in exchange of Amazonas. Now, let's just double check who else could be joining in on this at this point. Before we decide to join in, there's Chile, Argentina, Ecuador, New Granada. Okay, so it's just South American nations plus me. Which I suppose I do own a little bit of South America. Alright then. War goal. Conquer state. Amazonas. Go ahead and activate some of the troops in here. We've got the 56 battalions in here. Is that... I guess we can go ahead and... Oh, actually. Did we have already some underway? Or did we already build those? I think we may have already built those. Okay, so let's go ahead and... take the 56 battalion army. Let's get another few artillery in there, essentially. Then we're going to go ahead and mobilize this. And we'll probably mobilize the other army as well. Because we will be called into that war, I'm sure. Oh, Gajam sides with Harar, okay. Oh, and now we are part of the other war as well, okay. So we'll send in the smaller army to do defense, probably. And go on to the Potosi front line. Oh, we can't get there. Oh, Bolivia doesn't have the troops there, okay. Well, in that case, let's just go and advance. Send both of these armies down to the front line. I think Brazil is probably noticing that, okay, yeah, there's going to be enemies in here. We need to go in there instead. They might still have a little bit of troops here, and Bolivia might still die. But then that means that we'll just be fighting against Brazil on our own, essentially. Well, not entirely on our own. But I suppose we've got the other... Oh, actually, we've still got the Pacific Army as well, don't we? We'll send that off to Africa to help against Gojam. Right, so that's one gonna head over there. And I suppose we can actually... presumably still put in a war goal to annex Gojam. Actually, no, we can't quite directly. I guess we could go for Gondar, that's at 11.3. Because we already own part of that state, so that would allow us to get the... well, basically form up the colony in here. After this, even if we don't get all of Harar. That would admittedly be... well, we already are over 50 infamy, so I suppose that doesn't matter that much. Ooh, Robert discovered in Tanganyika. Well, well, well. How much is there now? 3 thus far. Okay, it's not a whole lot, but yeah, it's better than nothing. I suppose the Army of Observation, we could probably activate your or conscript rather. So get a little bit extra troops there. Because while we have the advantage to some degree, I want to make sure that we've got the full-on advantage. Now, is there anyone? No, it's just Bolivia and us. And we unfortunately cannot get troops to Bolivia. So Bolivia will get occupied. So it's kind of up to us to just punch through and try to get into Bolivia to free that up, I guess. Also, we do need to get some more engines by the looks of it. Oh, Illinois is... well, let's go and build a couple... or 2 more in there, for example. There's already a lot being built by the private sector. That should already help drastically. Yeah, so I believe the war in... well, actually, no, it's going to be the war against Brazil that is going to start first. We should have the troops in there. We also did upgrade the fleet, didn't we? Where is that fleet actually right now? That's a good question. Oh, it's in Hawaii. Right. Let's go ahead and get over here. And we'll do a bit of a blockade, shall we? But yeah, if we can get Amazonas, that would be potentially handy. There's a lot of rubber and oil in there. Potentially room for a lot of banana plantations and things like that. We're still having a bit of bureaucracy issues though, but I suppose the issue is somewhat alleviated now. Not fully, mind you, but somewhat. And we do have a lot of infamy once more, but that's not much we can do about that. Other than not interfere wars, I suppose, but... you know, where's the fun in that? Public address goes awry. Okay, that's not great. I'll just take the minus 15% right now. I don't want to take a setback quite this early. Anyway, at least there's a lot of farms being built, but I do see that we are actually out of time with this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll click the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, until next time, bye bye.